just described as miracles. Hence, the Miracle Month, if followed, is intended to ignite dramatic change, and within a fixed time frame. It is a work of urgency written at a period when psychological and material needs are acutely felt. I have dedicated myself to each of its methods both privately and in collaboration with others. Personal verification and altered conduct are the only empirical tools we possess on the path of self-development. That is why, when evaluating philosophical or spiritual systems, I insist on the question, does it work? That is a question I will never qualify, explain away, or avoid. I believe that every practical philosophy, especially my own, must stand in service to it. Any religious or therapeutic philosophy that evades that question, either through scholasticism or deflection, has no claim on you. This book is not specifically oriented toward money-getting, job change, finding a mate, or conventional models of success, although such things may and in time should come if desired. Rather, the Miracle Month is a guide toward fully occupying yourself, toward feeling a more complete self-possession even during periods of emotional strain and failure, and those will come as certain as the cycles of day and night. But I promise that if you authentically follow all of the 30 daily steps in this book, you will grow, expand, and experience a greatly broadened sense of personal power. A philosopher was once asked, "Isn't everything that we need already inside of us?" He replied, "There's a lot more inside you than just that." Our task is to chip away at that problematic more, which is to say, everything superfluous and diverting, and to replace it with the crux of who we believe ourselves to be, which is probably correct. Most people feel themselves possessed of a sense of frustrated beingness. We believe that there is a truer self waiting to be born. This concept appears in many of humanity's great myths and religious parables. If that ideal is correct, as I believe it is, use this program as your guide to its near-term cultivation. Life is generative. Barring some overwhelmingly countervailing force, such as a health crisis, you occupy a world of growth, expansion, and productivity, as well as eventual decline. Once you enter this flow, only superfluous and self-defeating actions or a bodily automatism, such as an addiction, can obstruct your role in it. Such a barrier frustrates your power-seeking impulse and results in most of what we classify as neurosis. As alluded, no amount of therapy, circuitous talking, or self-scrutiny will replace the proper exercise of your power or self-agency to foster your most valued aims in life. And such aims must be accomplished with reciprocity. The wholeness of life, as with the wholeness of the individual, mandates that every act gets compensated in kind. That is why bullies, cheats, and cynics are perpetually shifty, nervous, and unhappy. The payback for your actions may not be of the same type, but it will be exacted or rewarded on the same scale. People who are naturally empathic tend to enter life with this sensibility. I consider the cycle of reciprocity the meaning behind all ethics. I was once telling psychical researcher Dean Radin about a graphic novel that moved me in which Superman was stripped of his powers but retained his wish to carry out justice. "Does he have super emotions?" Dean asked. "He has super ethics," I replied. "Ethics," Dean said, "come from the emotions." Absolutely right. Without a fineness of sensitivity in the individual, ethics are vague, uneven, and inconsistently applied. When ethics are present, and I am not wholly sure they can be taught, the individual possesses an innate sense of reciprocity. The exercises in this book can be started